Good morning. Good morning. Hold on one second. Let me make sure everything is working together. Oh, ah, I believe it's beginning to work together. So let me pull this up on my phone as well. And let me know you're here by saying hello, good morning, whatever floats your boat to make sure that I know you're here. You need to make sure, well, you don't have to, but it would be great to let me know that you're here. Um, mm, all right, where is that at? Okay. All right, beautiful. And let me do the extra little thingy here. Hold on. All right. All right, so let me get this set up over here. And hello, wonderful May 1st to you today, right? It's a beautiful day, and it's going to get even more beautiful just because we are here together, right? So many wonderful things to be grateful for. And I kept, like, last month, April, sounds like it was so long ago, but yesterday, last month, the month of April was our month of magic. And man, was it magical with all the different things that were showing up for me. And then I heard from other people, the things that were magical for them. And it is just mind blowing when you think about it. Only thing that was different was that we were focused on it. Isn't that wild? And just by focusing on it, we had more magic to share, to talk about. And I just loved it. I really, really loved it. And I know it takes a few minutes for people to get the notification that we're live. And so I'm just going to take a few moments to just kind of chat. How about that? And so the thing is that I really have been honing into the idea of, if we look at life as a game, as a thing that we're playing our part and we're becoming who our actual avatar is. We're um, creating ourselves all the time with the thoughts that we think. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning. Um, we are creating our player, right, in our game every day with the things that we do to reinforce our thoughts and our feelings about things, and that becomes us. And so it's really cool to be thinking about life is a game. And there's a book that I love, and it's by Florence Scovel Shinn. I think that's how you say her name. I have a like a one of those books that has all of her books in it, whatever the heck you call them, and I don't see it right off as I'm looking right now. But anyway, one of her books is The Game of Life and How to Play It. And let me make a note, and I'll see if I can find it, and I will put it um, in the comments. Uh, I have to write it down, or I will remember it late, late, late. All right, so I will make sure I put the link. All right, and when you look at life as a game, it becomes fun. I've got the ceiling fan on because it's a little warm in here this morning and it keeps blowing my hair in my eyes. I apologize for playing with my face so much. But when we think about life as a game, then it makes it not feel so serious, so hard. And it gives us this this fun feeling about it, right? And things always feel better when you're playing and you're having fun, right? That's one of the things that we want to get back to is our younger self where we can actually enjoy life, right? And before we got to the place where I remember just to share, I remember one time telling one of my friends, well, I know I'm an adult now. And she said, why do you say that? And I said, because the first of the month doesn't mean woohoo, it's another month. It means holy shit, all the bills start again. And that's how I felt then. And every now and then I feel that way now. It's like, oh, I thought I just finished this. And it's really interesting when we become adulting, then all of these things become an anxious thing and not just, whew, another month. It's time to play, right? And I don't know, Kimmy, have you ever had that that feel as well? It's like, as a kid, you don't really care. You're just still playing, right? So, what say you, Kimmy? And I know there's a delay on all of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and be making sure I've got my affirmation and journal prompt loaded up here and ready to go. And we could look at life as a fantasy movie too, right? Not just a game. It's like when you've got this movie of your life playing out and you get to decide what you want to happen in this movie, like we've talked about the pre-paving and the different things, right, that we do to affect what's going on within us. And that in turn, when we are doing something in here, it actually starts demonstrating what you're doing out here, right? And if you're not a gamer and you're not thinking of life as a game, think of it as a fantasy movie. And I think we'll be kind of going back and forth and all of that this month because it is such a delicious thing to discover ways that we can make life more fun, more enjoyable, less stress and anxiety. Not to say that that stuff will never be there. It will. I mean, heck, we're people and we live in the world, right? The thing is that it's when you can get to this place within your mind, within your body and your soul to where that stuff doesn't touch you or you don't react to it in the same way. Or maybe you do for a moment, but then it's just like, oh, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. That doesn't match my vision of my life. And like I had someone I was talking to yesterday that was sharing with me about all the terrible things that are happening in the world. And they were sharing with me about all the things that needed to be done right now. And, and I appreciate where they're coming from. I really do. And it's like, I'm not with my head in the sand by any means. Of course, sometimes I think it's more fun for it to be there. The thing is that we can either be constantly reacting to things or we can be proactive and making sure that we are in the right place so that we draw in the things that we need that are going to support us in our lives, the people, the places, the things, right? And so I want to make sure that we are doing the inner work, right? So that it all works out. Does that make sense? All right, hold on. Let's see here a second. All right. So I don't know if, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the affirmation for today. And for those of you that are watching this on LinkedIn or YouTube, I'm primarily watching for in our group, Make Lasting Change, because that's the one that I can pull up. And I really don't know anymore the way this is working, whether anybody's comments show up in this thread that I'm on right now. So if not, I'm not ignoring you. I appreciate you being here. I just can't see that you are. And so that's why I keep looking down at my phone so that I can see what's happening over there, because this is where this feeds out to first. It's the Make Lasting Change group, because it's my babies, it's my peachy peeps, and so this is where my focus is right now, and I'm sharing it out to you guys as well. All right, so the affirmation for today: I am the player and the creator of my life's game. Every choice I make opens new doors. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Lynn. So think about that. If you're the player and the creator of your life's game, so life is a game, we're just having fun in it, we're just exploring and learning and growing in our game, right? And so every choice I make opens new doors. Doesn't that feel good to realize that every choice opens new doors? And so you put this affirmation wherever you can, so that it is on your screensaver on your phone. Maybe it's an index card, a sticky note, on the mirror in your bathroom, or wherever you've got a mirror that you can put it with your chalk marker. Write it on a piece of paper, stick it on the fridge. I don't care. Yesterday we talked a lot about having the magnet in our pocket so that we can feel the draw of what we're magnetically bringing to us. It was more of a metaphor, because let's face it, it's not really going to draw things to you, but it's a reminder that we are doing that all the time. We are drawing things to us. So, in the same thread, this look at this as a game that we're playing right now. And like I said, it can be a game, or if you want to look at it as your own fantasy novel that you're creating right now, then let's create. Let's create us, our life's game, whether it's our game or our novel. Well, let's create, because that's what we're doing all the time, either on purpose or by default. And I don't know about you, but I want to be on purpose. I want to choose the players in my game. I want to choose the things that are happening in my story, right? And so this is a reminder: May 1st, new story. Today's the day. You get to choose and begin to do things on purpose. Like, I have a hypnosis client that I've been working with, and this morning I asked her, I said, have you been journaling? And she said, no, I haven't really needed to. There wasn't anything big that happened. I said, well, I'm not thinking about the bigs. I'm just thinking about the day to day. And so she starts telling me a few little things. And I said, those are things you journal on. Write them out, write that down, so that when we work together, we can look back and I can say, all right, this is good. This is good. This is good. Let's work on this one. This is good. You see what I'm saying? And so it's being actively involved in what you're doing in your life, instead of just letting everybody else make all of the plays in your game, being the author of your story, right? Does that make sense? Come on, ladies, give me an idea. I keep getting all these little ads popping up on my all right, yay, thank you, thumbs up, perfect, thank you. All right, so when you're thinking about your life as a game, or your life as your novel, can you see how, by making decisions about how you feel and how you think, can make a difference in that? If that's the yes, yes, beautiful. So if that's the case where you can see it, then put a one in the comments. Um, and thank you for that. Yes, Lynn, that you can see. So because um, I want to make sure that the what I'm telling you is making sense, because it makes sense in here doesn't mean it makes sense out there. There are times, one of the things that I'm working really diligently on is being able to articulate my words a lot better. And so I am spending some time, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. I'm spending time to get more skilled at sharing my my voice and my thoughts. And as I do that, I'll be doing all this with you guys and seeing what resonates and what doesn't when I'm clear and I'm not, so that I can actually be so much better with communicating with you guys and sharing. And I hope that's good with you guys, that you don't mind being my guinea pigs as I'm stretching and learning this new way of communicating, or not really a new way, but getting better at it. All right. So let me get to the journal prompt. So hold on a second. Geez, hold on. Let me see if I can do this again and change something, because I hate it when it comes up in two different things. All right, I'm going to take off that. I'm going to take off the words journal prompt, and let's just see if that makes the difference. Yes, beautiful. All right. So this is your journal prompt. And the only thing that's missing on this is the question mark at the end. So it was perfect. So reflect on a recent decision you made. How did it feel to make that choice? And what new opportunities or challenge has it opened up for you? And how can you apply this empowering mindset to future decisions? And I know this is a long one, but there's a lot to unpack this first day of May, right? To set the stage for the rest of the month, the rest of the year, right? Because if we're playing this game of we're the player of the and the creator of our life's game, and that every choice we make opens new doors. If that's our premise, that's what we're starting with, that's our affirmation, then let's dive into any time that we've done something like that, where we've made a decision. How did it feel that you made that choice, right? And I know there have been times I've made decisions and later it was like, oh yeah, perfect choice, perfect choice. And then other times that I would make decisions and I would think, what the heck was I thinking? You know, I, that doesn't feel right anymore. And so we're going to be honing in on how our choices feel and what to do so that we can make sure that from that point on that we are in tune with what our decisions that we're making. And a lot of that comes from being in tune with what you want your life to be, right? Because most of the time we are spending our life with all the limiting beliefs that we've been taught, all the ideas that other people have told us we should have, all of the aspirations that people say we should have. I mean, if you're this old, you should have this. If you're this age, you should have this. If you're married, you should want this. If you're not married, you should want this, right? And that is what is the world tells us, right? From the commercials on TV, social media, the things that people share. And we spend a lot of time designing our life because of something somebody has said we should be wanting in our life. And so I want to really invite you to, like it says, reflect on recent decisions you made. Look at decisions that you've made in the recent past. Maybe just look at April, decisions that you made. Well, looking at those decisions, did you make those decisions because it's something that you really wanted to do or you felt was really important for you? Or was it to appease someone? If you're a people pleaser, that is big. That is really big. And I've always been one of those people pleasers, right? So that is something that I really, really have to look at when I am faced with a decision. Am I doing it just to make them happy at my expense? Or am I making that decision because that's what I want, right? And it can be a slippery slope that we fall into, especially if you're a people pleaser. That a lot of times, I know in my past, a lot of times I've made decisions that in the long run were not good for me at all. Yet I made the decision to do that because I wanted to do it for somebody else. And if it sent me down the wrong way, if it hurt my wallet or if it hurt my spirit, whatever, it was like, but it made them happy, right? And so we want to really, really notice the habitual patterns that we've had when it comes to decisions that we've made. And let's just look at last month. Let's look at April, because we don't need to go way back. We want to know where we are right now. And so I can look back at sometimes that was like, whoa, what was, should never have done that. And then, sometimes it's like little tweaks of, was that really, really comfortable? No. And so where are you falling into these habitual things? And as you unpack that and you look at it, because you can change it, because we can't change things we can't see. And that's one of the things that's beautiful about having a coach or a mentor. And so I have a coach, and there's times I've made decisions, especially when it comes to my business and things like that. And my coach will call me out, oh, that is not what you really need to be doing right now. Let's kind of go back a little bit and see something different. And so it's really good to have someone, and that's what's great about this community, is that if you've got something that you need help with, bring it to the community and ask questions, and people will help you. And then you take all the things that people have said and you discern what feels the best. You don't just take action from what anybody tells you, right? You have to decide what feels good. People pleasing decisions just because they're no longer in my repertoire. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Lynn. I'm telling you, that's how I feel too. But I will be honest, there are certain people that I will pop back into that really quick. And I know that. And so I have to be more mindful. They are a trigger for me to do things to my detriment sometimes. Or not to my detriment, but without thinking about how it affects me. And so I know that. And so because I know that, because I see that, I know when I start to make a decision and when it's regarding these certain people, that I have to take a little bit more time to really feel into what am I wanting from this? How is this helping them and helping me? How is this going to play out? And so because I know that, and that's the thing, is that learning what we're doing and seeing it, then we can actually make more powerful decisions around it. It doesn't mean it doesn't pop in. It just means that now we're aware and we don't just react. We actually sit back and think. And that's what I want for all of you as well. If there's something that that triggers you, then just being aware is the most powerful place to be. So when you're looking back at those decisions that you made in April, how did it feel when you made the choice? Did it feel good, or did it feel good in the moment? And then later you kind of thought, oof, I'm not so sure. And sometimes we get that, what they call buyer's remorse, and it doesn't actually mean that money's transferred hands. It can be that you made a decision and then later you're thinking, I don't know if I should have done that. Sometimes that comes from fear of stepping out of your comfort zone, right? And so it's discerning, where is this coming from? So this is all a process of learning and growing within you. And so when you're thinking about a choice that you made, how did it feel? And then discern, was it a feeling of being uncomfortable stepping out of my comfort zone, or was it a feeling of I know I made the wrong choice? Or was it a feeling of brilliant, I can't believe I made that choice and it was the best thing I could have ever done. It's the game, right? We're playing this game. We're seeing what all these little nuances do to our novel of our life, or the game of our life, right? And maybe that decision was something that opened up new opportunities or challenges. And let's face it, opportunities and challenges are right there together, because sometimes a new opportunity opens up a new challenge, right? That you didn't even know, because we don't know what we don't know. And so we're always growing and learning. And when something comes up, we can either grow through it and become better, or we can let it stay right there and keep us stuck. And so it might be a growth thing that you've made a decision and it opened up something for you. But don't let it stop there. Let it keep opening up, right? And that will enable you to have this empowering mindset for all your future decisions, because we want to get to this empowered, beautiful place that when something comes up and we are having to make a decision, that we can very quickly go into this place of, I intuitively know this is the right thing. I'll take a left here and everything will be beautiful. And good morning, Raina. And so it is getting into that place where you feel so confident in the decisions that you've made that it just feels, oh, my intuition guided me. I made that choice and it was beautiful, right? And so getting to our game of our life, or the novel, the fantasy novel of our life. I like to look at it as a fantasy novel, because we want it to be the most juicy, delicious life possible, right? And so when we're looking at that, these questions are powerful, powerful things for us to get in touch with where we are right now. Like I said, not where we were in the past, because that's gone. It doesn't really benefit us right now to be looking at that, other than let's look at this last month. Let's look at April. We just finished April. This is May 1st. And so it's just right there. And who were we being right then? And how does that feel? And how does that help you to be in this empowering mindset for your future decisions? I don't know about you, but feeling that I am in tune with my intuition and that I'm feeling this empowering mindset. And I know when I am faced with something, a decision that I am about to make, that I can breathe and go inside and say, all right, God, universe, let my intuition guide me. What is the best step right now? And be open to the thought that comes to you, but not only be open to it, knowing that that is exactly what I need in that very moment. And so it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it's not like you can instantaneously get there. I mean, you can do things to help, right? To get into that intuitive place and to be creating more from this place of knowing. than of an avoidance. Because a lot of times, like one of the things that I have found working with coaching clients and hypnosis clients, I can ask them, what do you want? And I'm 9 times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100, they give me a whole litany of things that they don't want. And it's like, they're just giving me all these things that they don't want in their life. And, that's what we do. We know from experience what we don't want, right? And so we're really honing in. If we're creating this game of our life and this fantasy novel of our life, we want to come from this place of we know what we want. We know what we want to experience. We know life, right? What's going to make it juicy and delicious and amazing, a story, right? And so it's getting to that place of knowing. And then we're going to be working on that a lot. And, if you have any ideas or things that come to you as I'm talking about this, I became aware I did that. Okay. Yes. Well, we all do. We've learned from experience what we don't want. And so it's a little bit of a different movement in life to start looking at what we do want. But it's delicious place to be. And so I invite you all to really, really look at that today and think about thinking what I didn't want instead of all the things I do want. Yes, yes. So starting today, May 1st, this is May 1st, 2024, and the whole world is out there. We can write our life story, our fantasy story of our life. We could play this new game of our life. I mean, we've, in a game, you get so many lives, and then, it's, something goes bad, you got another life, Well, this is our only life. So we're down to our last life in this game. But man, oh man, if we work this in the right way with our magnet in our pocket, bringing to us the things we want. But see, that's the trick too, because we don't want to be looking at life, what we want to bring, by talking about what we don't want, right? Because that's where it's like we're bringing it and we're pushing it away at the same time. We really, really want to get in tune with what we want in our life, who we want in our life. And that's a journey in itself, right? So I don't know about you, but if you need help with any of that, that's one of the things that I do. And so reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you, help you, guide you a little bit more, show you how I can help you from there. It is up to you. If you want help, that's what I'm here for. Now, I do all of this stuff, and that's going to be helpful too. But if you feel like you want to step it a little further, then I just want you to know that that's available. And it doesn't matter to me whether you do this here, this free stuff in this group, and you don't hire me to do anything with you. That's okay. And it doesn't matter if you decide you want to hire me today or you want to wait till later. That doesn't matter either. It is, I want you to be focused on, what do you want? What do you want in your life? What do you want to be? Looking back at the story of your life, is it going the way that you would want to have it all written out? Or what needs to be tweaked? What needs to change? What would feel so amazing that you would share that fantasy life story with anybody? It would be the best book to read. Think about that. I mean, I'm sure you're like me. I read a lot, and there are stories that I read. It's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Would somebody feel that way about your life? Do you feel that way about your life? And if not, let's change it. Let's change it. It starts today. All right. So I have things to do and people to see, places to go, and so I'm going to go ahead and close up with that today. Before I do, just a reminder. Let me go back really quick. Our affirmation is I am the player and the creator of my life's game. Every choice I make opens new doors. And then the journal prompt, reflect on a recent decision you made. How did it make you feel to make that choice? What new opportunities or challenges has it opened up for you? And how can you apply this empowering mindset to future decisions? And if you're someone who's watching outside of the Make Lasting Change group, and you would like to be part of this group, because this community is amazing. It is fire. It is lit. I love this group. And like I share all the time, I'm very protective of this group. I feel like everybody's here in my, and we're all in my backyard. We're around a campfire and we're singing Kumbaya and we're just enjoying life. We're enjoying being there for each other. And so if you think that that's a community that you'd like to be part of, then go to VickiePoole.com, VickiePoole.com, and then you'll be prompted with some questions. Make sure you answer the questions in order to be entered into the group. Because like I said, we only have the best of the best of the best. And if that is you, then make sure you answer the questions and then you'll be in the group. And for those that are here today, I appreciate you so much that you just have no idea how it lights me up to be sharing with you guys every day. And so tomorrow is, what is today's Wednesday? Thursday. Yes, tomorrow is Thursday. Oh my gosh. And I will be here at 9 a.m. Eastern once again to share a new affirmation and journal prompt with you. And I am so excited to see you posting in the group your hashtag peachy vibes with something about your fantasy novel or your game of life. I can't wait to see. Have a blessed, oh, there's something ringing in my ear. Sorry, I got my earbud in. But have an amazingly magical, blessed day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Mwah.